Hey guys, I am going to be trying something new with my channel. I normally do like vlogs, but I've never really done, I guess, chill with me videos, sit down or lay down since I'm laying down. But I'm gonna try something new where I just tell stories about things I've been through in my life while I color. It's my preferred way of de-stressing for the day. And I don't know, I just think like it's really fun, and it just takes my eyes off of the screen that I've been staring at for hours. I like these videos the most because I can have them as background noise while I'm doing things or like getting ready. You don't necessarily have to be like watching it. You can like have it as background and just listen to it. So yeah, I also really like story times here on YouTube. And I want to try that. I want to try just doing these story times about my life and what I've been through. Also guys, I got this nail art book at Barnes & Noble, and the moment I saw it I was like, okay, yeah, I need it. It's mine. And it just has like different nail designs on it where you can just color as you like. Ooh, that's cute. I like that one. But yeah, I decided to do the feather one today. First thing I thought of was about my Salmonella outbreak last year. It was in 2019. And I can't believe I actually got Salmonella. I learned about that in health class, and I remember that it was spoken about more in third world countries and not in the US, where like people don't have clean water, right? But I got it. And it was last year around Labor Day weekend. I think September. I'm so bad with holidays, so let me see when Labor Day is. Let's see. Yeah, it was around Labor Day weekend because that weekend I was going to a church camp with all my church youth to Wawona. And we just go for like the weekend. I think it's like 3 days. And we stay there at the campsite in the lodges that they have, and the water is clean, the food is hopefully clean. Like, I've never gotten sick there, and I've been going ever since I was in high school, so right about 8 years in a row. So I never got sick, so I had like no worries going last year. And so it started the day after the whole thing was over, when I went back to work. I remember, since it was the holiday, we always got free lunch back at the office when we were still in office. And I remember feeling kind of achy, like my stomach was not having it. Like I was always having to go to the bathroom. It started hurting a little more. And I was like, oh no, like did I eat something bad? Or like I didn't put two and two together of what it could be yet. So then the next day was when it really hit. Like I didn't go to work, I remember. That's when the TMI, but not TMI because I'm really open about everything. That's when the diarrhea started. Like it was very bad. And it was to the point where I was more on the toilet than I was on my bed. And then the vomiting started. I vomited so much, and I lost weight in 2 days. I think I did the math back when that happened. I think I lost 6 pounds in 2 days, and that was all colon. That was all colon, all stomach. Like I couldn't keep anything down. And yeah, like I lost so much weight. I was so dehydrated because I couldn't even keep water down. And I had to get the Pedialyte stuff, the really salty / sugary drink that people get when they're like dehydrated. I had to take that because that's the only thing, like tiny sips of it though, not like chugging it, but tiny sips of that stuff, because that's the only stuff that kept me alive because of the electrolytes in it. And yeah, so I was like that for a good, I would say 3 days. Oh, and then the worst symptom ever was the body pain, the body aches and the muscle aches. Oh, and the fever, obviously I had a fever. So the body aches were like the worst part because I felt like I was falling apart. I felt like I was dying, like I couldn't stop crying. So then I did consult my doctor and they just told me to keep an eye on it and to come in only when I still can't keep anything down the next day. I'm like, I feel like I'm dying though, like I don't know. Yeah, so I was really surprised that they didn't see it as an emergency considering I had a fever, body aches, and explosive diarrhea. Like I remember I was so dehydrated, right, that I was on the toilet doing my thing and I was doing like the crying noise, like weeping noise, but no tears were coming out because of how dehydrated I was. Like no tears, nothing. It was just like dry cry, if that's even a thing. But that was a moment where I was like, dang, I am really dehydrated and I need like an IV ASAP or something because I was gonna die of dehydration or something. So then I got to the point where my sister came home from work and she's a nurse and she saw how bad I was. She's like, okay, no, we gotta go to the emergency room. And so we did. At that point, the pain was so bad that I was kind of hyperventilating. And when you hyperventilate, you start feeling numb because, I don't know, something happens. But I was feeling like that, like tingly, not numb. I felt really tingly in my hands and I was really exhausted and tired. And I remember waiting there for like a good 15-20 minutes. They took me back and then took some blood, right? They took some blood and checked my levels and everything, and they saw that my potassium was very low, obviously, since I wasn't eating or drinking anything. So they gave me 2 potassium pills, and then they told me, I don't think they got a stool sample yet, but they did a urine and everything was fine with my urine. And then they gave me an IV for hydration, and I felt so much better after that. And then they also gave me something for the fever, which it went down. I was there for like a good few hours. I remember I still have a picture of when I was on the hospital bed. I was dating my man at the time and he was really scared and his parents came to see me. But yeah, I was there for a good few hours until the IV bag was done, and then they sent me home. And then the next day they ordered me to do a stool sample. So I literally had to poop in a bag and then take it to the lab. This was at Kaiser. I used to have Kaiser back in California. And so yeah, I did the sample, I took it to the lab, and then I think the next day or two they sent in my results and they confirmed I did have a Salmonella bacteria in my intestines. So they gave me medicine for that. Like now that we finally knew what was going on, they're like, oh yeah, you do have Salmonella and we're gonna give you like these pills. I think I had to take it for like 3 days. Very strong ones that killed everything. And I've never seen myself so thin. I was so thin. Like I lost all my bloat, everything. I was so weak. But yeah, it took me I think a good 2-3 months for my digestive system to go back to normal. That's really random too. Like Salmonella, you don't hear about it that often here, but yeah, that happened to me. Once they did find out that it was Salmonella, the public health department of my county called me and they asked me where I've been, where I've eaten, where I work, what I ate there, and I had to tell them everything. Like I had to go back in my memory, everything about the camp, what I ate there, like the water situation, even though they told us that the water is clean to drink. But I had to tell them everything, like where I shop for food. They told me not to cook because of contamination reasons and everything. So it was a whole deal. Like it was crazy. I was out of work for a good like 2 weeks. So yeah, that was my story. It was pretty quick. but I just, you know, summarized it the best I could. So I think these are more fun, like I get to spill tea on my life and color. So it's everything I like to do. Yeah, thanks so much for chilling with me and coloring with me. I don't know if you are coloring or just chilling with me, but also look at these vibes right now. Look at these vibes. The Christmas vibes are real. So pretty.